When an earthquake and tsunami ravaged Indonesia's Aceh province on Boxing Day in 2004, hundreds of thousands of people died and huge swathes of farmland were destroyed. Out of the devastation came surprising benefits, particularly for agriculture. And Australians have helped show Aceh the way. Rosie King reports. And we warn this story contains distressing images from the tsunami.
This is Aceh, Indonesia's northernmost province. Farming and fishing are big business here. The luscious green land and beautiful, bountiful coastline show why. With a population of more than 5 million, there's also plenty of action in Aceh's bustling capital city. On Boxing Day 14 years ago, it was a different story.
The incredible force of the tsunami near the earthquake's epicentre has been revealed for the first time.
Large parts of the province were devastated after a 9.1 magnitude earthquake unleashed the world's deadliest tsunami across the Indian Ocean. Waves approaching 30 metres smashed the coast of Aceh, the region hardest hit by the natural disaster. Here, more than 170,000 people died. Around 62,000 farmers were displaced. Their farms were left in ruins. Debris, sediment and saltwater swamped their fields, stripping once fertile soil of vital nutrients. Today, the region's flourishing. And a booming agriculture industry is partly to thank. More land is being farmed and yields are higher than before the tsunami struck.
Masalah utama yang dihadapi karena begitu habis tsunami, sawah tertimbun dengan pasir, lumpung. Jadi mengembalikan kesuburan tanah itulah kendala yang utama. Dengan memakai kompos baru kita kembalikan. Hasil lebih banyak, kalau biasa dapatkan hasil sekitar 4 ton, ini bisa meningkat sampai dengan 6 ton, 7 ton per hektar.
And how is this crop looking?
The farmers haven't done it alone. Of all the organisations that came to Indonesia's aid in the aftermath of the tsunami, only one remains: the Australian Centre for International Agricultural Research.
Could they put more fences?
Marlon McLeod has been here from the start.
So we come here originally for humanitarian project, but then since this tsunami-related projects completed, we look at the opportunity. We found things that we can improve in the farming system. The vision was that poverty level in Aceh is very high, more so in the rural areas. And the main contributing factors was identified as the small holding of farmers. So the opportunity to increase the income is through utilizing growing the dry season crops.
That is, crops that will grow with little rain and no irrigation, like corn, beans and peanuts. Dryland farming is common in Australia but rare in Aceh. Farmers here traditionally grow rice in the wet season and leave their fields bare for the rest of the year, while they head to the city to find other work.
The dryland typically are very suboptimal soil, neglected and not even think of. So to improve such thing is full of challenges. But the main challenges we identified through the project is the low carbon and nitrogen content. as well as the low water holding capacity.
The challenges were big, but so was the potential for dryland farming to put more money in farmers' pockets. So, the Australian team worked with Aceh's Assessment Institute for Agricultural Technology to teach 43 local workers how to improve the health of their soil. They became trainers. Their job is to pass their knowledge on to more than 700 farmers, divided into 34 groups across the province.
Now we already introduced some variety, which is more profitable in dry season or in dry land rather than the traditional variety. And also we encourage them to manage the timing, crop rotation, so that they make their crop enough water with the best time for that. And also we introduce the fertilizer.
2 demonstration sites are used to teach 16 of the farmers how to successfully grow crops all year round.
Tentu saja kita meyakinkan petani bahwa petani di lahan kering itu bisa menghasilkan dengan menerapkan teknologi sehingga akan membantu pertumbuhan tanaman jadi lebih baik gitu kan. Dalam hal ini kami menggunakan pupuk organik untuk meningkatkan daya ikat air pada tanah sehingga pertumbuhan tanaman akan lebih baik dan menghasilkan hasil yang lebih baik. Di padi lahan kering sini bisa meningkatkan hasil sampai 2 kali lipat sehingga lebih menguntungkan untuk dan meningkatkan pendapatan keluarga tentunya.
The farmers work and learn together at the demonstration sites, then use what they've learnt in their own fields. They're now planting and harvesting more than ever.
Kalau dulu kan cuma sekali setahun, sekarang udah 2 kali, udah tambah banyak lah untungnya.
Pesan saya begitu bangga karena apa yang kita ajarkan dan apa petani mau mengikuti sehingga petani taraf hidupnya sudah meningkat sekarang.
In Aceh, it's common for women to grow rice in a small paddy in their backyard. They plant once a year and what they grow will be just enough to feed their family. The paddies would stay empty until it was time to plant the next year, but not anymore. The trainers are working with 725 female farmers, teaching them to grow vegetables when they're not growing rice.
Dengan ada kelompok keluarga semangat, karena lahan-lahan yang pekarannya walaupun kecil besar hasilnya banyak kan, enggak pergi ke pasar beli-beli yang harga-harganya apa cabai, tomat itu kan sudah ada kelompok dia sudah bikin sendiri, enggak beli di pasar-pasar, cuma sudah ada di pekarangan masing-masing kayak gitu. Dengan ada semangat, ada kelompok itu semangat tuh, Bu.
Many of these farmers lost everything in the tsunami, their homes, their families and their friends. And that devastation followed 30 years of internal conflict. So for many of the farmers that I've spoken to here in Aceh, being part of a project that brought their community together for a common cause not only helped with the healing process, but also gave them hope for the future.
After more than a decade and $6.2 million in funding, the Australian-led project will come to a close at the end of the year. What will remain in Aceh is a community of farmers committed to a new way of working their land.
It's always hard because when you meet people, they're not just people you meet, they become your family. Yeah, it will be very, very hard, but you know, they have to be able to use what they already had. And I have a complete trust in them that they will do that well.
And Rosie King travelled to Indonesia thanks to a partnership between the ABC and the Australian Centre for International Agricultural Research.